I'm Davis Moore and I approve this message. Do you wonder why there are so many overweight kids in South Carolina? According to the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, South Carolina is ranked 5th in adult obesity rates and 7th in childhood obesity rates. This is a huge concern for me and should be for everyone else in public health. Many schools in South Carolina cut physical education and health classes when they need to make budget cuts. South Carolinians need to be educated on how fat society has gotten and the effects of obesity. The Center for Disease and Control recommends that everyone participate in 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity daily at least 5 times a week. Without physical education classes, most kids will not be motivated or be able to meet this recommendation. As a student athlete at the University of South Carolina, I am proposing that the state of South Carolina consider implementing my after-school program in local middle school and high schools to help fight childhood obesity and get the number of cases lowered. Children are the future of this nation and we have to start with them. This program is a great way for athletes to give back to their communities and help children fight obesity. I encourage the state of South Carolina to implement my program to help fight childhood obesity by 1. Having USC athletes and cocky go to local middle and high schools to participate in 60 minutes of daily physical activity and teach the kids the effects of obesity. Children look up to athletes and love cocky, so it is a great way to get the message across to children. 2. Having incentives for children to come out and participate with treats such as signed memorabilia, getting to tour athletic facilities and meet players and coaches, and chances to win tickets to USC sporting events. Children that participate will get points and the kids with the most points get the better treats. And 3. By having it count as volunteer hours for the athletes and is a great way to give back to the community and helping save children's lives. In the state of South Carolina, schools are recommended to have physical education programs but are not required to or forced to have them. Almost 1 in every 3 children in South Carolina is either overweight or obese. In 2011, 29.6% of South Carolina high school students were overweight or obese and 56.6% did not participate in any physical activity for at least 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Also, 48.6% of middle school students did not participate in the daily recommended physical activity. According to the 2011 Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 92.2% of high school students didn't eat the recommended fruits and vegetables servings. Along with obesity comes other health complications. If obesity is not targeted and helped win the kids, then there is a very rough lifestyle ahead with many health risks and possibly death. Some of the health complications that come along with obesity are high blood pressure, asthma, depression, sleep apnea, poor self-esteem, and type 2 diabetes. Regular physical activity is important for weight reduction and improving insulin sensitivity in youth with type 2 diabetes. Aerobic exercise has been shown in a prospective randomized, controlled study of 64 children 9-11 years old with hypertension to reduce systolic and diastolic blood pressure over 8 months. Resistance training, for example, weightlifting, after aerobic exercise seems to prevent the return of blood pressure to pre-intervention levels in hypertensive adolescents. Although the Healthy People 2010 report recommends increasing the amount of daily PE for all students in a larger proportion of U.S. schools, such changes do not seem to be forthcoming. In 2000, a school health policies and program study looked at a nationally represented sample of private and public schools and found that only 8 of American elementary schools, 6.4 of middle schools, and 5.8 of high schools with existing PE requirements provided daily PE classes for all grades for the entire year. Since most school systems cut physical education and health classes, this is going to be an after-school program funded by local colleges or college athletic programs to help student athletes give back to the community by getting kids active and teaching them how to be healthier. Some kids in South Carolina do not have a safe place to play or be active when they go home, so they might rely on this program to enjoy their physical activity. Obesity can easily be prevented if kids have the right role models, teaching and education, and have a positive mindset. This program will benefit both the children and the student athletes, helping the children change their lives. Thank you for listening.